Inside our home component, our home view, I want to have a couple of things here. At the top, I want to have a navbar where we have the name of our application, and we also have a search bar where we can search for some movies. Below the navbar, I want to have two sections. On the left, I want to have some filters that allow us to filter and sort our movies. And then on the right side, I want to have a list of movies, a movie gallery of all the movies available in our application. So let's start by creating this navbar component here. Navbar.view. And we can create a scaffold like this here. And as I told you, we are going to just copy paste all the styles. So go ahead here and grab all these styles and we can paste them here instead of this style part. So inside this template, well, I want to have a wrapping div. I want to give this an ID of navbar wrap. I want to give this a class as well of card shadow. So inside here, I want to have another div. I'll give this an ID of navbar. And inside we can have the name of our application. So here I will just say movie.io, and below I want to have an input. Type text is fine, and let's just add a placeholder, for example, find movie and 3 dots. So now that we have this component, well, we can go to home and we can actually import this component inside our home component. So in order to import components, we can write import navbar from, and then we have to specify the path to this component. So we can leave this views folder and then go inside components and then specify here navbar. And now we also have to register this component so that this component knows that it can use this component inside of it. So here we can just write navbar, and then we can render this navbar component here. And let's also add another div here. That's something I forgot to do. And then also we can remove the previous nav that we have here. And let's copy the styles from our app as well. So here, let's save and let's check what we have. So back here, we do have our application. Looks nice. We have some gray background and we have this navbar that's kind of cool. So back inside our project here, let's go to our home component here. So next, I want to have a sidebar component. So I'll just prepare a space here. So let's give this an ID of main section. So inside I want to have sidebar and I want to have a movie list component. So let's create those two now. So here let's have sidebar.view and let's create this component and let's copy the styles that we have here. So there's a bunch of styles that I have prepared. Okay, so inside here, well, for now, let's just have a div. And let's just write something here. For example, filters. And let's also create another component here. And I will call this one movie list.view. Let's create our scaffold and let's copy the styles that we have here. So movie list. Okay. And paste it right here. Let's add just some basic div here and we can say movie list. And we also have to give this an ID. So here, let this be an ID of movie container. And also to our sidebar here, I want to give an ID of sidebar. And then inside our home, well, we can import these new components. We can just copy this import, and I will change this to sidebar and change this to movie list. And let's also register these components here. So sidebar and also movie list. And let's render them here. So let's have sidebar and let's have movie list. Well, let's just remove. Okay. So now here we have, well, our sidebar here, and we have our movie list here. So back inside our application here, I want to work on our sidebar component. So inside sidebar, I want to actually include a filters component here. So let's create another component, and I will call this filters.view. Let's create our scaffold, and let's copy styles from here. So inside filters, well, let's open another div, and I'll give this an ID of filters. And inside, I want to have h3 heading, and I want to say filters here. And below these filters, I just want to have a couple of p-paragraphs for now. Let's, for example, add a couple of elements here. So I want to have rating highest, rating lowest. I want to have year newest, and I want to have year oldest. Just some basic items for now. So inside our sidebar, well, let's import this new component. So import filters from filters. We only have to go inside the same folder because they are in the same folder. And let's also register this component here. Components, and let's add filters. So then here we can render this new component. So let's say filters. And below filters, I want to have a button. And here I want to have add movie. Let's save, let's see what we have. So now we have a couple of filters here. We can filter our movies. It doesn't do anything yet, but we will add more logic to this. Well, we do have one issue here. I forgot to copy home styles. So let's do that quickly now. And well, now our filters are visible. And also we have this movie list here.